Math 50, Section 9.4. The U.S. uses two systems of measurements. One is the U.S. Measurement system, and the other one is metrics. We are more familiar with the U.S. English measurement system, which consists of inches, foot, yard, mile. That is all used to measure different lengths. In a few minutes, we're going to talk about the metric system, which is more of a European measurement system, and it's also used widely in the medical field. So, the U.S. units of length consist of inches. 12 inches is equivalent to 1 foot. Now, we can abbreviate inches as IN, and we can abbreviate foot as FT. So 12 inches equals 1 foot. Now the unit measurement, 1 unit, is 12 inches over 1 foot, or you can say 1 foot over 12 inches. So these are called unit fractions. So 1 foot equals 12 inches. 12 inches equals 1 foot. We have feet to yards. 3 feet equals 1 yard. And we can abbreviate FT for feet and YD for yards. So if you took 3 feet, a ruler is 3 feet, is 1 foot. If you took 3 rulers and put them together, that's equivalent to what a yard is. So it's nice to have an idea. So for the unit, you write 3 feet over 1 yard, or you can write 1 yard over 3 feet. So, common sense, if there's 12 inches in a foot and there's 3 feet in a yard, that means there's 36 inches in 1 yard. So 36 inches equals 1 yard. So the unit would be 36 inches over 1 yard, or you can say 1 yard over 36 inches. And the last one is feet to miles. There's 5,280 feet is equivalent to 1 mile. So you can write 1 mile over 5,280 feet, or you can write 5,280 feet over 1 mile. Again, these are called unit fractions. Now, why do you need to know these unit fractions? For example, the first problem, they're asking you to convert 8 feet. I want to go to blank inches. Okay, so you have 8 feet, you know that, over 1. What you will do is you will multiply it by the unit fraction, understanding how you want to get to inches, so the unit that you want to get to, converting to, that will go on top, and on the bottom will be what you want to get rid of. So you want to get feet, okay? We know that 12 inches is equivalent to 1 foot, and I wrote feet, but just so it's 1 foot, not feet. So what happens is these two units cross out, and then what's left is the unit that you're trying to get to, which is inches. So you just, the rule for multiplying fractions is you just multiply across. 8 times 12 is 96, so it's 96 inches. Okay, next one. We are going to, in this problem, convert 7 feet. We want to go to yards. How many yards is 7 feet? Okay, so what we have is 7 feet over 1. We want to get to yards. Okay, so we're comparing yards. We want to get rid of feet, so we're going to put feet at the bottom because we want these to cross out. But I need to know what the conversion is. There's 3 feet in 1 yard. That's our unit we talked about. So now the feet crosses out, and we're just going to multiply across, so you get 7 yards over 3. So 7/3 yards And you can turn that, it's an improper, you can write that as 2 1/3 yards. Okay. Here's another example. The Australian pelican has the longest bill, and it measures anywhere from 13 to 18.5 inches long. So this particular pelican in the photo has a 15-inch bill. We want to convert 15 inches into feet. So we are given 15 inches over 1. We want to get to feet. And so we want inches to cross out. Well, there's 12 inches in 1 foot. That's our unit conversion. So the word inches crosses out. 15 times 1 is 15. But we have 1 times 12 is 12. Now what I would do is just reduce this by 3. 3 goes into 15 5 times. 3 goes into 12 4. So this is 5/4 feet, or 1 1/4 feet. Okay, example 4. So now, what if we want to convert a number, a unit? This is 134. I want to know how many feet and how many inches that is. Well, I know that there's 12 inches are in a foot. So I have 134 inches. I need to figure out how many 12s go into 134, because that's the number of feet. So simply what you're going to do is divide 12 into 134. Okay, so 12 goes into 13 one time. 12 goes into 14 one time. We're just doing the math here. Okay, now, so there is, when we subtracted, we got 2 left over. We're not gonna do the decimal. So 12 goes into 134 11 full times. So we have 11 feet, and what is remaining is 2 inches. So it's 2 inches. So it's 11 feet and 2 inches. Now, if you wanted to check that, you take 11, multiply it by 12, and then add 2, and you should get 134 inches. Okay, next one, we want to convert 3 feet 7 inches to all inches. So we have 3 feet plus we have 7 inches. We want to convert it all to inches. So what I'm looking at is how many inches are in 3 feet. So you just do 12, there's 12 inches in a foot. So 12 times 3 is 36. 3 feet is 36 inches, plus 7 is 43. So we have 43 inches. Example 6. What if we would like to add different units? Okay, so for example, let's say I'm measuring to do a project, and one thing is 3 feet 2 inches. Let's say it's a wall. It measures 3 feet 2 inches, and another is 5 feet 11 inches. So what we're going to do is stack these vertically. So we have 5 feet 11 inches. You're going to add your units vertically. So 11 and 2 is 13. And we have 5 and 3 is 8. Now the problem is this right here. We have 13 inches. Once you go past 12 inches, you want to subtract 12 inches from this, which is a foot. So if we have 13 inches, it's a foot, 1 foot, 1 inch. So if we remove 12 inches from here, we're adding a foot to this number. So this becomes 9 feet, and the subtraction is 1 inch. So 8 feet 13 inches is the same as 9 feet 1 inch. Okay? What if we're asked to multiply different measurements by a number? So this is asking you to multiply 8 feet 9 inches by the number 3. So let's say you had a measurement and you have 3 of them. So you obviously are multiplying 8 feet 8 feet 9 inches. All of this gets multiplied by 3. So think of it as like the distributive property. You're doing 3 times 8 feet, and you're doing 3 times 9 inches. You have to multiply both of these. So you have 24 feet, and you have 27 inches, because 3 times 9 is 27. Okay, so now again, this is more than 12. So you want to think of how many 12s go into 27. Well, 12, 24, 36. So 2 of them, which is 24. 2 feet is 24 inches. Subtract these, you get 3 inches. But those 2 feet that you took out, they have to be added. So this would be 26 feet, 3 inches. Okay, and likewise, what if you wanted to subtract a measurement that has 2 different units? So this is saying we have a rope. The rope is 6 yards, 1 foot. And you have a 2 yard, 2 foot that you want to cut. Okay, so we're looking to subtract these. So it says a rope of length 6 yards, 1 foot has 2 yards, 2 feet cut from one end. We want to find if that was cut from that end, how much rope is left. So we're subtracting these. So just stack them up. And you're going to see a little issue, what we have right here. You can't subtract 2 from 1. Okay, so we need to borrow. We're going to borrow a yard. So we're going to make this 5 yards. But 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. So we took a yard away from this, but we have to know 3 feet equals 1 yard. So we're going to add, once we took a yard here, we have to add 3 feet to this. So we really have 5 yards, 4 feet. We're subtracting 2 yards, 2 feet. Now do the subtraction. 4 minus 2 is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. So we have 3 yards, 2 feet. Okay. All right, moving on to the other system that the U.S. uses is called the metric system. And we're not as familiar with the metric system as we should be, but it's all based on the one unit called the meter. And I'm going to go over this and make it as easy as possible. So we have 1 meter. And by the way, a meter is approximately 39.37 inches. So if a yard is 36 inches, it's a little bit more than a yard. That's what a meter, just so you understand it. 1 meter. Okay? Now, 10 meters, so 1 meter is about 39.37 inches, just to keep that measurement in your head. Now, 10 meters is 1 decameter. Okay? 1 hectometer is 100 meters. So 10 meters is 1 deca. Hecto is 100 of these meters. And a kilo is 1,000 meters. Okay, so if we get increasingly bigger and we go by units of 10, so a meter is your base. Think of that as your base. If you multiply a meter by 10, you get what we call a deca. If you multiply a meter by 100, it's a hecto, and 1,000 times a meter is a kilo. Now, if we go the other way, if we go smaller, we have 1 decimeter, and that's a tenth of a meter. So it's like taking a meter and cutting it into 10 parts. Okay? 1 centimeter is 1/100th of a meter. So if you took a meter stick and divided it into 100 parts, that's a centimeter. And 1 millimeter is 1/1000th. 1/1000th of a meter. Now, I talked about meters. We could also change this into gram and liter. Okay, gram. So meter is length. Gram is weight. Liter is fluid. So all you have to do, it's the same thing, but you're just going to say 1 decagram, 1 hectogram, 1 kilogram, 1 decigram, 1 centigram, 1 milligram, 1 gram, 1 liter, 1 deciliter, 1 hectoliter, 1 kilometer, 1 decimeter, liter, 1 centiliter, 1 milliliter. So this is your base. It's either meters if you're measuring length, gram if it's weight, liter if it's liquid. Okay. For this class, we're just sticking with meter measurement. Now, what they're going to ask you is to convert from let's say meter to kilometer or decameter. This is all you do. Since it's all based on tens, you move, if you're moving from meter to decameter, you move the decimal one place to the left. If you're going to decimeter, you move one place to the right. So it's basically however many places you're moving to get to that, that's how many places you're going to move the decimal. That's it. It's simply you're either multiplying by 10 or dividing by 10, 100, 1,000, and so forth. So let's look at the first example. And this page, if you look in your book, they just give you some examples of metric lengths, and I think I put that in your notes just so you understand. It's nice to have an idea. So example number 9. Okay. Oh, and back to my, I believe I gave you this right here. I am going to give you a way to remember this. So we have kilo, hecto, deca, meter, deci, centi, and milli. Okay, this is how you're going to remember it. Remember, this is your base. King Henry died by, that's your base, that's why it's B, drinking chocolate milk. So if you remember this statement, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, you'll know whether you're going to go however many places to the left or however many places to the right. So here's an example. 1,200 meters is equal to, so here's your meters. If we want to convert this to kilometers or kilometers, okay? So we're right here. We want to go 3 places, 1, 2, 3. You're simply moving 3 places to the left. So think if you're going that way, it's to the left. If you're going that way, it's to the right. So left, right. So If you're talking about 1,200 meters, that's the equivalent of 1.2 kilometers. What if I had 1,200 meters and I want to convert it to millimeters? So I'm right here. I want to go 1, 2, 3 places. So what I would do is add 3 zeros. So it'd be 1, 2, 0, 0. There's your decimal. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 zeros. And put my, so it's 1,200,000 millimeters. So you're basically just moving your decimal left or right. It's actually easier than the US method. So here we go. Let's do another example. We've got, we're going to convert 2.3 meters. We want to go to centimeters. So here's, we're right in the middle. 2.3, we want to go to centi. So one, we're moving it 2 places over. So 1, 2, this would be 230 centimeters. Now in the book they show you to do the multiplication. It's much easier just to move your decimal 2 places over. Okay, example 10, we want to convert 450,000 millimeters, okay, and we want to go to meters. So if you're right here, millimeters, and you want to go to meters, you're going to go 1, 2, 3 places to the left. So right here is your decimal, okay? If we move 3 places to the left, 1, 2, 3, you end up with 450, and that would be meters. You got to know the abbreviation: millimeters, centimeters, deci, meters. This is deca, hecto, and kilo. Okay, so that's all you're doing is moving the decimal left or right. A few more examples. They want, on this one, they would like you to subtract 430 meters from 1.3 kilometers. 430 meters from 1 point, and it says from 1.3 kilometers. So really what they're asking you to do is 1.3 kilometers minus 430 meters, and I should line it up better. So 1.3 kilometers and 430 meters. Okay? So what you want to do is you need to convert them. So you either want to convert kilometers to meters or meters to kilometers. There's two they didn't specify in what unit. Okay? So here we go. We've got kilometers. If we convert kilometers, if we're right here, 1.3, and we want to convert it to meters, we're going to move the decimal 1, 2, 3 places. So if I move this 3 places over, I end up turning this into 1300. Now when I subtract 430 meters, that's easy. Okay? So you should get 870 meters. That would be one good answer. Now what you could also do is convert 430 meters to kilometers. So now you're moving your decimal 1, 2, 3 to the left. So right here you're moving 3 to the left. So this would be 0.430 kilometers, the conversion of that. And then you're going to subtract 1.3 and you end up with 0.87 kilometers. Okay, so you got to know where to move the decimal and then do your subtraction. Now for example 12, it just says multiply 5.7 millimeters by 4. Just do your multiplication. 7 times 4 is 28. 22, move the decimal over 1. So we have 22.8 millimeters. And the last one, it says Fritz Madison was 1.2 meters tall on his last birthday. Since he's grown 14 centimeters. So we can't add these up because they're different units. So I'm going to take it, and they want his height in meters, it says. So we're going to keep 1.2 meters. We have to convert 14 centimeters to meters. So we go to our little, we're right here, 14 centimeters. We want to move 2 places to the left. So right now, here's our decimal. If we move 2 places to the left, you end up with 0.14 meters. And now add, and you end up with 1.34 meters. So he is now 1.3 meters tall. That concludes section 9.4.